Hi everyone, so welcome to part 3. Today we stopped at row 39 and we're starting right there where we left off. This is the last round where we're having additions. So yeah, after that it's going to be much easier. So we're starting with 3 stitches pulled over the other. So 2 done together and then the first one goes over those 2. Then we do a yarn over and then we do 3 stitches done together again, yarn over and again 2 stitches done together these 2 times. Then a yarn over and then 3 knit stitches. And then 2 times yarn over and 1 pulled over the other. Yarn over. Now we're again at the leaf tip, so we're doing 3 done together with 1 pulled over. Then yarn over and then 5 times 2 done together and a yarn over. The next one has the additions, so we're doing knit stitch, yarn over, knit stitch. And then 5 times yarn over and 1 pulled over the other. And 5. Then a yarn over, and since it's the leaf tip, we're again doing 3 done together with the first one pulled over the 2. Then we're doing a yarn over, and then 2 times 2 knit stitches, yarn over, and again 2 knit stitches done together, yarn over. Then 3 knit stitches, and 2 times yarn over and 1 pulled over the other. Okay, yarn over and then at the leaf tip again 3 done together, 1 pulled over. Yarn over, 5 times 2 done together and yarn over. Out of the following 1 stitch we do 3 more, so knit stitch, yarn over, knit stitch, then 1 pulled over the other, and then that repeated 3 times, or 5 times this time, sorry. There we go. Yarn over, 3 done together, 1 pulled over, yarn over, and 2 times 2 done together and yarn over. Three knit stitches, 2 times yarn over and 1 pulled over the other. And then I'm again at the leaf tip, so we're doing 3 together and 1 fold over. Yarn over and 5 times 2 done together and yarn over. Three stitches out of the next one, so that's where the additions are, then 5 times 1 pulled over the other. Four, 5. Then yarn over and again 3 done together with the first one fold over the 2. Yarn over, 2 times 2 done together and yarn over. Three knit stitches, 2 times yarn over and 1 fold over the other. And we're at the leaf tip, and now we get to the next color. So I'm gonna pull this out just so we can get to the donut. And I think I already showed you in a video how I use this glass just to keep everything in place and so that it doesn't get tangled up as I work with it. It's a really cool and really easy trick to know. Okay, so we were at the yarn over and 3 done together, yarn over, and then we're gonna do 5 times 2 done together knitwise and yarn over. Three stitches out of the next one, so the additions, and then we're doing 5 times 1 pulled over the other. So I noticed that I keep saying rows instead of rounds, but you always know what I mean. We're not doing any rows here, just the rounds. Okay, so now we're at the round beginning, and now the next row is going to be, or the next round is going to be just knit stitches, and then I'll meet you for round 41. Okay, so now we're at row 41. And now we're going to keep repeating rows 37 to 40, and it's going to be very easy, but I still want to show you. So we would start here with 1 fold over the other. So I'm going to pull that one back onto my left needle, and then I'm going to do the 1 fold over the other. Then a yarn over, or 1 knit stitch above the leaf tip, and then 2 knit stitches done together. We do that 3 times. One knit stitch and then 3 times, one fold over the other. And above the leaf tip we do 1 knit stitch, and then here the next section is the middle area where our additions were, so we're gonna keep working that just like before. So 2 knit stitches done together, yarn over, 2 knit stitches done together, so again 5 times total. Six times this time, so 1 more time, and then a knit stitch, and then 6 times yarn over and 1 fold over the other. Six, and then 1 more stitch over the top of the leaf tip, and then 2 times, 2 done together and a yarn over, or sorry, 3 times. One knit stitch and 3 times yarn over with the pulled over stitch. And that's what the pattern is. So what we want is basically these lines, we want them to kind of continue in the same direction, so that's why the pattern is this way. 1 knit stitch is what follows, and then we're again at 6 times 2 1 done together and 1 yarn over in between, and then 6 times yarn over with 1 fold over, and we keep repeating that till the end of the round. And then in row 42 we do just knit stitches, and I'll meet you for row 43. Okay, row 43. So here we're working just like with the 39th row. So we're starting with 1 fold over the other, then yarn over and 2 done together. And then we're again going to do yarn over and 1 knit stitch, or 2 done together knitwise. Yarn over and 3 knit stitches. 2 times a yarn over and 1 fold over the other. And then above the leaf tip, yarn over and 3 done together with the 1 fold over. Yarn over, and now 5 times 2 done together and yarn over. 5, and now I'm here in the middle, so we do 3 knit stitches. So that's where we did the additions, and we don't want any more. We have reached the size of our bag, and that's what we want. So we're just doing 1 stitch for each stitch we see, the 3. Then 1 pulled over the other times 5. Yarn over, 3 done together, 1 pulled over, and then yarn over. 2 times, 2 done together, and yarn over. Three knit stitches, 2 times, 1 pulled over the other, yarn over, and then above the leaf tip, 3 knit stitches done together, or 3 done together knitwise. Yarn over, and 5 times, 2 done together knitwise, and yarn over. Three knit stitches, and then again a yarn over and the pulled over, and then we do 3 done together, yarn over, and then here we have it 2 times. So here's where we have it 2 times is what I mean. And yeah, that's how you continue till the end of the round. And then the next round, so round 44, we do just knit stitches. And yeah, these 2 rows, or a couple rows with the 2 even ones, is what you basically repeat for as long as you would like. And then I'll repeat that for a couple of times till I reach the size that I want. So I'll do 61 rows, and that's where I'll meet you. Okay, so we're at row 60. So now I want to reduce the stitches, the number of stitches, to get my final shape of the bag. So I'm doing a knit stitch first, and with the following 39 stitches, I'm gonna do 13 times the same thing. 1 knit stitch, 2 done together, and again, 1 knit stitch, 2 done together, and I keep repeating that. So 13 times total. This was 5. $11, 2 more. There we go, 13. Now I'm here at my leaf tip. So again, 1 knit stitch, and then 13 times 1 knit stitch, 2 done together knitwise. So the one we just transfer, and then the next two we do together, and then the first one goes over those two. So 13 times the same thing. Four, eight, 13. There we go. Now we're again at the leaf tip. So again, we're starting one knit stitch, and then again 13 times 3 done together, or one knit stitch and 2 done together knitwise this time, 13 times. Five, eleven, 13. So we're again at the leaf tip, which means we do one knit stitch, and then we do 3 done together with 1 pulled over, again 13 times. Four, so again you repeat this until you're back at the next leaf tip, and then you keep repeating that. So 6 more rounds like that, exactly like that, and then I'll show you how to continue from there on. So 1 front, 1 back, 1 front, or 1 even, 1 odd, 1 even, 1 odd. So just make sure that you do even ones with just knit stitches. Okay, so now I have here 1 knit stitch, purl stitch, knit stitch, purl stitch, and now that's above the leaf tip. And what I want to do is just do them as they come, so purlwise this time, and 1 pulled over the other. Basically we're casting off in this round. When you're done, don't cut the yarn short. We still have 1 more step to go. So I'm at my last last stitch. So I cast that off, and now I want to show you how to do the handles. Okay, there we go. So this was the last one. Now they're all cast off. So now 2 stitches before the mark. So the stitch is here, or the mark would be 2 stitches after this one. So I'm keeping this, you see that I'm holding it with my thumb because I don't want to lose it, but 2 stitches before is where we're going to go through, and we're basically going to start a new stitch there. And then the stitch before, the very stitch before the stitch that we have, so the last one, we again start a new stitch there. And then finally our very last stitch, or the one we did last, comes on our needle as our 3rd loop. There we go. And then 2 more after that. So 2 before, 2 after, we're basically starting new stitches just so we have our bag handle so that it's complete. Okay, so now we have these 5 loops or 5 stitches. I'm going to push them all the way to the other end so we can get started with them. Okay, and now we go to the other end. And I'm going to use my other needle to transfer all of my stitches onto that. We don't need the line anymore. It's a lot easier this way. And then we're just really doing these stitches as they come. That's all there is to it. So just knit stitches and just keep working with your regular needles. It's going to be a lot easier and faster. And this is how you get a really lovely looking handle. It's going to be neat on the outside and the inside as well. So it's going to look great from both, and it's also a pretty quick part to do. And now I'm not going to do the whole thing, so I just want to show you kind of a preview. You would of course do this to the length that you need. And here I'm taking the thread basically before my work, and that's how you basically close it up. There you go. That's what it looks like on the front and on the back. So we would do this for a total of, or I would recommend doing a total of 60 rows like this. And then on the other side, I'll show you how to connect it. So I'll do the 60 and then I'll show you how you can do that. Okay, so I'm done, and now we can connect with the other side. So we're looking for the very opposite mark, and here in my case it's the orange one. So that's where the marked stitch is. We're looking right above the mark, and that's going to be our middle one, so just like before. So we're going 2 to the left and then 2 to the right, of course, as well, and that's where we want to connect. So we want to start on the left side. And I'm going to take my crocheting hook. It's going to be a lot easier that way, but you can do it otherwise too. So we're going through, and then I'm basically doing slip stitches just to connect. Okay, so the first one is done, and then I'll go again, I'll take the next stitch from my knitting needle and I'm going to go through and do a slip stitch again. Or I'm going to take a stitch, not a slip stitch yet, I'm going to take a stitch out, so onto my crocheting hook, and then I do a slip stitch. So yeah, it's one way to do it. Of course, there are many others, but I recommend you try this out. I think it's a pretty useful trick to know. And then I have just the last one to do, and then the slip stitch, and then we can finally shorten the thread and pull it out and weave in. And yeah, now we're done with our first handle. I'm gonna do 2 total. So now we're gonna look for the next mark. So here, the pink mark, in my case, the pink marker. So we're looking at the stitch above it, and then left from there 2 stitches. We're again starting with new stitches, so 5 total, 2 on the left, the middle one, and 2 on the right. Five, there we go. And now we're again gonna do our rope the same way. I call it rope, it's actually a handle, so we're just working 60 rows just like before. And then you just do the same thing we just did with the first handle, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to shoot a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in one of our next videos. Bye!